Yep.
Can't get rid of me.
Nope, and we don't want to. And we'd love for you guys to be part of the show. Anyone watching who's a fan, here's our toll-free testimonial line. It's 1-866-376-8255, or you can stay on the line and pick up something that you're ordering. Now, the next item, we have about 50 left of the Absolute Flwr pin. Now, I'm wearing the pin. We have it in sterling silver or vermeil. I have it on the sterling silver. It's a pin, and it's also a pendant, and we include the chain. This is that perfect pin. Now, pins are very on trend. We don't have a lot of them here at the network. Like, I haven't seen a lot of pins.
I have been so ahead of trends.
You are ahead of trends.
Always ahead of trends.
Yeah.
And then once I've already been doing it for a while, then it explodes, and I'm not doing it anymore because I've already brought it because I'm way too ahead.
But $90 off today.
But brooches should be in your sort of
collection.
Essentials.
Yeah.
Just because I'm sure you can think right now of a dress, of a jacket, of a blouse, of something that could really use
a little something.
A little something, or that putting a little something on it would create a whole new effect. And then I really love like jewelry for clothes. I think that brooches have this, have a lot of personality. They have a lot of presence. They say a lot about you too. I think that you either recognize yourself or not in jewelry in general. There's nothing that, I mean, I'm sure nobody ever buys anything just to buy it. I mean, there's something that you connect with. You can either imagine that those circumstances you're going to wear that, or say, I've been wanting to buy a brooch for a while. I've been, and brooches came, and the reason why I take these floral elements for them is because they came as the natural inspirations for jewelers that have created the most extraordinary pieces of jewelry over time from nature. Because the inspiration was totally natural and organic. There was nothing industrial about it. We were creating, recreating, reproducing our environment, our nature, through the beauty of gemstones and jewelry making. So today is a little bit different, but for the longest time, this is what really was the cornerstone of design, was nature. Critters, you're very familiar with them, critters, but flowers of all kinds. I cannot think actually of any jeweler that has not created brooches or rings or bracelets that have a natural floral motif to it. Some of the most extraordinary pieces, historical pieces, are flowers and critters. And
by the way, the vermeil is going to be the first to sell out, getting very limited, $90 off, 90. You are also getting an 18-inch chain, and it's adjustable to 16 inches, 17 inches, or 18 inches, all sterling silver, all rhodium plated, and it is, again, available for an extra flex payment with your HSN card, so $19.98 to get home, and also any major credit card, your flex pay is $24.98. I think that a brooch is a great piece to have because it's so versatile. I've worn them in my hair. I've worn them with a scarf. I've put them on like your outerwear, a jacket. So you really can do...
On your beach towel.
Well,
looks
no, I would
great
do that.
on a beach towel.
I would not. But in your hair, I think it's really pretty. If you've got long hair, you put your hair up in a piece of jewelry. I mean, I've seen that on the red carpet as well as, I mean, it's just very, very versatile. And this is, again, this great kind of, spring motif, Art Nouveau, spring motif.
And try, and then again, that sort of trying, having the flexibility of HSN to try something, you'd be very surprised how good smashing this would look on a jean jacket or a sports coat, sports jacket, you say?
Yeah, and doing that kind of, a blazer.
A blazer. For a woman, for a lady, it's a blazer.